Productivity Arata. How can you increase the productivity, the results of your efforts that you put into your projects? Imagine that you need, for example, to close more deals, or you want to make the best use of your professional skills to solve a certain problem in your work. How do you achieve a better sales conversion rate or simply make your work more attractive? Learn from the best sellers. To improve your salesmanship, you just need to take a look at the best sales professionals. They are not just standing behind the counter waiting for customers to walk through the door. They are actively looking for ways to attract more customers. Imagine that, for example, you have an abandoned farm to sell, and the stable is in ruins, the land has not been used for crops for several years, it is full of stones and weeds, the fence is broken, and the photos of the place were taken with an old low-resolution mobile phone on a cloudy day, and therefore it's quite difficult to get a real sense of the place. The passive seller is the one who just use those bad photos for the ad, and they'll just post those images with the description of the locality, the square meter price, and that's all. You're just gonna be waiting for a long time until somebody replies to that ad. Now, a proactive person is a different person. He will first thing will say, okay, I need better photos. So maybe he will even go put the effort to rent a drone to take photos to have a better idea of the terrain and the location. He's going to do what we call vision beyond reach. This is the theme of today's video. You can write it down in your notebook. Vision beyond reach is to understand the potential of things. A good professional will put less emphasis on the current state of things. He will sell the potential. He can study what types of possibilities are there, what types of farming can be done in this particular site. He was going to do some research to identify the nearby farmers who are thriving and see what type of crop they are growing, and maybe they need more land to also grow that crop over there. Another alternative is to look at which municipalities are closest to that farm, and then they can take a look at what type of businesses are going well and maybe need a little bit more storage space. He can schedule meetings with the owners of the shops and say, hey, I've got this abandoned farm and it's a great place for you to build a warehouse, and maybe you're gonna pay less rent for your space rather than have your warehouse where you currently have. In other words, what we want to do is to develop the ability to look at the potential, to see what things can become. And this is looking beyond what they currently are. Never be stuck with what you see today. This is how you can expand your work in a differentiated way. When you develop your power of visualization, you can add value to what already exists. And this is a very valuable skill. Quickly test the viability of your vision. Caution, your initial vision is not always feasible. There may be some regulation forbidding to build a warehouse on that land. Maybe that land is restricted for farming. Or maybe there is nobody interested in planting anything over there because there has been a regional drought. That is, it is important to dream and to envision possibilities if one wants to be proactive, but we also don't want to get too attached to any particular idea that may prove unfeasible. And to avoid this, we will test our premise as quickly as possible so we don't invest too much time and money on something that has very little chance of success. Everything that we've talked about today has application in your personal planning and the way you conduct your professional life if you are an employee in a company. However, this is all even more important if you are an entrepreneur or if you are an independent professional. Because in these cases, I strongly recommend that you shift your mentality by watching a video about the lean startup that will illustrate in greater detail the general concept that we talked about here. You can visit the link here on the screen to see more in that video.